Welcome back, traveler. The fire is warm, and every fire has its story, so cozy up and prepare yourself for tonight's tale. For tonight's story is not written in the pages of history, but whispered between smoke and memory. Join me by the fire and enjoy the story. The door opened slowly. For a moment, none of us moved. After everything we had endured, the forest, the mountains, the desert, the trials that tested not our strength, but who we truly were, we had finally reached the end, the final chamber, the place where the Silver King had hidden his greatest secret. I remember standing there, expecting to see what every legend promised. Mountains of gold, ancient treasures, jewels scattered across the floor, something worthy of the journey. But when we stepped inside, there was no gold, no treasure chest, no fortune waiting to be claimed, only a single room. And in the center of that room, a small wooden box. Sarah walked toward it slowly. She studied the room. There has to be something else. Daniel looked around. After all this? He laughed quietly. Maybe the real treasure was making us walk across half the world. Thomas smiled. That would be the kind of thing this journey would do. But Edward didn't laugh. He stood completely still because he knew. This was the place his family had searched for generations, the place where William Hart had disappeared. Sarah opened the wooden box. Inside was a journal, old, worn, but carefully protected. The first page had one name written across it, William Hart. Edward reached for it. His hands shook after all those years. He was finally holding the words left behind by his grandfather. Sarah opened the journal and began reading. If you have found this place, then you have passed the 3 markers. But understand this. The markers were never created to hide treasure. They were created to reveal character. Everyone became silent. The journal continued. Many people will search for gold because they believe gold is what gives a person power. But gold only reveals what was already inside someone's heart. The pages explained the truth. The Silver King had discovered something far more valuable than riches, a collection of knowledge, maps of forgotten lands, records of lost civilizations, stories of people who had shaped the world but disappeared from history. The greatest treasure was not something that could be owned. It was the memory of humanity itself. The Silver King feared that powerful people would use this knowledge to control others. So he hid it, and he created the 3 markers. Only someone who could complete the journey without being consumed by greed would ever reach the truth. Edward turned the pages slowly. Then he found something, a final message, written by William Hart, his grandfather. Edward, if you are reading this, then I am gone. The old man froze. The room became silent. I spent my life searching for the treasure because I believed finding it would complete my journey. But I was wrong. The journey was the treasure. Edward lowered the journal. For the first time since we met him, the old traveler looked at peace. We spent several days inside that hidden city, not searching for gold, but learning. The chamber contained records of places no modern map showed, stories of explorers who had come before us, secrets that had been waiting in the darkness. But eventually, it was time to leave. The desert was still waiting. The mountains still stood in the distance. The world outside continued moving, and we were no longer the same people who had left Ravenbrook Hollow. Years have passed since that journey. More years than I care to admit. I have walked many roads since then. I have seen kingdoms rise. I have watched cities disappear. I have met countless people searching for something they believed would finally make them happy. Some searched for wealth. Some searched for power. Some searched for answers. But after everything I experienced, I learned something. The greatest treasures are rarely the ones buried underground. They are the moments shared along the way, the people who stand beside you when the road becomes difficult, the choices you make when nobody is watching, the memories that stay with you long after the adventure ends. Sometimes I still think about that night inside the silver lantern, the rain outside, the fire burning, the old traveler placing that map on the table. If we had walked away, our lives would have been completely different, maybe safer, maybe easier, but we would have missed the journey, and some journeys only happen once. So when people ask me if I ever found the lost gold of the Silver King, I always give them the same answer. Yes, I found it, but not where they expected, because the treasure was never hidden beneath the earth. It was found along the road that led there. And that were is the story of the three markers.